Let's see. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another YouTube video. I am looking forward to talking about what happened this last week. Last week, I made my first $6,000 as a coach, a business consultant for braiders, coaching them how to make more money teaching online than they would ever make in a month braiding hair. And today I want to reveal to you guys three things I believe contribute to the success of me doing that and how you as a braider can do the same thing. Okay. So really quick, the first thing that contributed to the success, and all these things kind of build up on each other. And I feel like number three is going to be the main one. But the first thing that contribute to this success is going to be I decided to go all in on educating, stepping into my educator identity. And when I look at a lot of braiders, you guys are still teetering tottering between, I don't know if I want to be a stylist full time or if I want to be a educator full time. And if you do want to start getting mentor students, coaching students, course signers, whatever, you have to make the decision to go all in on your educator era. You cannot be teeter and tottering back and forth. Okay, that's not gonna work. You have to go all in. If you do not decide to go all in and make the decision to dominate, you will not be able to get your first coaching student because you're going to be teeter and tottering. Or if you do get a student because somebody randomly asks you if you have a mentorship program and you take them because you feel like you do, then you won't be able to get them the transformation that they desire. Okay. And that's going to make you look bad as a mentor. So thinking about that, there are two things you need to do in order to step into your educator era. I remember listening to my mentor, Russell Brunson, and he has said that a lot of businesses, what we do is we have an idea in our brain. Then we have this idea in our brain, we go out to the marketplace and we try to find people to sell it to. Now, the problem with that is he mentions that when you go out there and try to find people to sell it to, you kind of sell it to everybody, which means you get everybody. And some students are headaches, some students are not. And he said that he would get a lot of students that are headache students. But then he realized by one of his mentors, he said, what you need to do, instead of going to creating something, trying to find people to sell stuff to, you need to first determine who is the one student you will wake up every single day and serve, even if you did it for free. And he called that your dream student because your dream student is the student you're going to be spending the next 10, 12, 15 years with, helping them solve their problems. So once you figure out who that dream student is, now you are able to create solutions to their problems. We have to understand that as we step into our educator era, we are creating, we generate income by solving problems. When we solve problems, we make money. If we don't solve problems, we don't make money. Okay, because that's what entrepreneurship is. It's somebody who decides to solve a problem who isn't theirs. So thinking about that, what we have to do is figure out who our dream student is, who is the person we wake up every single day and serve. Then once we figure that out, now we can determine what problems we can um, find out what problems they have. And then from there, we can create solutions to those problems, ebooks, PDFs, guides, coaching programs, etc. Okay, now when we look at that, you do need to figure out who your dream student is, but you really need to figure out what is your superpower. Okay, what is your superpower? If you look at The Incredibles, Elastigirl has the superpower, Dash has the superpower of speed, Violet has the superpower of like being able to like make stuff, I guess, force fields invisible. Mr. Incredible has a super strength. And the same thing is true with us, right? We have a superpower. We have something that we can do really, 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 really well. And if I took you and put you on a stage, you would be able to perform very, very, very well because this is the one thing you're really good at. And I actually wish the superpower because a lot of beauty pros in general, not just braiders, beauty pros. Let me keep talking about the braiders. A lot of braiders, you guys try to be everything to every type of braider. You try to be the branding coach, the marketing coach, the content creation coach, the YouTube coach, the caption coach, the boho, the stitch braider, whatever coach. When really you have a superpower. You are not great. You are not exceptional at all those things. Pretty sure there's one thing you're very, 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 very good at. Like I feel like my superpower is marketing. If you give me any braider with an audience, I can show her how to bring in core sales that free her from the chair and allow her to retire her hands. If you give me a braider who's established, who's good at their work, and they have an audience, bring them to me. I'm very confident that that's my superpower. So I focus on business consulting for braiders only who make over $10,000 or more a month. Okay. So with you and what you do, what is your superpower? What is the thing you're really, 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 really good at? Instead of saying I'm really good at marketing, what part of marketing are you really good at? Are you good at creating reels that attract clients? Are you good at doing carousel posts? Are you good at Instagram stories and bringing in clients from Instagram stories? Like, what are you really good at? I want you to hone in on that one thing because when you hone in on superpower, this allows people to look at you and be like, oh my gosh. It's the same reason why a heart specialist doctor makes more than a general doctor that everybody comes and sees, right? Because the one people who specialize, people trust them more. And when people trust you more, you make more, right? You have more knowledge. So you have to figure out what's your superpower, okay? And your dream student. Now from there, I will say that contributed to me making that $6,000 last week was having a superpower that people saw me for. And since I had a superpower and they had a problem that my superpower could solve, they invested in themselves through me. Okay. Now, the next thing, the second thing that contributed to this, and remember, the third thing is the one thing that I feel like is really it. The second thing that contributed to this is offering free strategy calls, giving my time away for free. Okay, giving my time away for free. I noticed that when I got on a strategy call with someone, I got to understand their problems. I got to figure out if we were even a good fit before I work with you. And I also got to get better at communicating problems on the spot and helping them map out plans. See, the goal of the strategy call is not to help them implement everything. Like, for example, on a strategy call, I'm giving you the map on how to get from Detroit to Los Angeles. That's a strategy. This is how you get there or what you have to do to get there. Now, every turn, every U-turn, every red light that you got to stop at, every mile gas time you got to fill up, like that's the how. And I learned from one of my mentors, Alex Hermosi and Russell Brunson both say this. They say you give away the information, sell the implementation. So me having strategy calls where people could meet me and I can get on there with them and I can help them create a strategy to get to where they are at right now and where they trying to go. Me doing that for them, giving them the what to do, because a lot of braiders, they don't know what to do, allow them to feel like, oh, I could help them. And if he did this for free, imagine what he did for paid. He would do if I paid him. So when you are thinking about this, what you have to understand is this. You need to, well, I'm not gonna say you need to do anything, but having that time where I created these strategies for the braiders, and they got to talk to me, meet me, and I got to meet them and figure out if we're really a good fit, built trust, but also built credibility because I gave them the plan based on what they desired. So imagine if you had strategy calls, free ones, give an hour away of your time, where you met up with some braiders, and then, or you met up with your target audience. And then after that, you do number three, what I'm getting ready to tell you. Now, last week, I recently heard, I was listening, or 2 weeks ago, I was listening to Alex Hermosi, and he had talked about how you need to give your time away for free and build reciprocity. And then before you start the call, you just say, hey, if at the end of this, if you feel like I'm a good fit at the end, well, he said, at the end of this, um, would you be okay with us going over what it would look like for us to work together in the future if we feel like we're both a good fit for each other? Boom. And that unlocks some in me because what I would do, I would hop on these strategy calls and I would be nervous to get the sale, make them an offer at the end. And when I implemented that, like I remember getting on the call with one of my students, they paid 5 grand up front. And when I did that, she was like, when I asked that question, like, of course, like you thought this was gonna just end here? Like, no. I was like, thank you for saying that. Bingo. That is it. That is it. Right. So we have to understand that selling is good because selling is the only way that I can deliver my transformation. Selling is the only way the student on the other side can get the transformation that I'm promising them. It's only through me selling them an offer that can help them get that transformation. If they don't have this offer, they're not going to be able to get the transformation, or they're going to go get it from somewhere else, from somebody who don't even care about them for real, but I do. All right, I do. So we need to sell stuff to people that they already want to buy, words to Myron Golden. Uh, and I think another thing about this, when you hop on these strategy calls, and this is a tough one, you can't go into this strategy call expecting, you can't go into this strategy call looking to sell them something. And when I say looking to sell them something, I mean, I do believe you should go in there with like an outline of like, all right, if this person says I'm a good fit for them, here's what I will offer them. But if you go into like, oh, I'm gonna help them make, I'm gonna make some money today, like more so like focused on you and not focused on really helping them, then it's not gonna work. And if it does work, it's you're not doing. I don't feel like that's good integrity. I feel like we should go into the strategy calls really looking forward to helping them create this strategy for their business so that they are able to get the transformation that they desire. And if we don't do that, if we focus on ourselves, then we are not being the educator that God has called us to be because we're focused on ourselves when really we're supposed to be focused on serving other people's problems. Okay. So those were the three things that contribute to me making the $6,000 last week, stepping into my educator identity and focusing on my superpower, giving away some of my time for free on free strategy calls, and then just asking someone like, would you be okay with us talking about what it would look like for us to work with each other after this? Like doing that was very, very good. So I want you to go out and do the same. And I want you to DM me um, how that goes for you because I want you to keep me updated. And if you don't know, below I have a soft life blueprint that outlines my three-step process to make it more than you ever will braiding in a month teaching online and so that you can retire your hands. Just click the link in the description and I'll send it over to you. Peace.